Hey guys, so today it is going to be a little bit of a different video. I know that I'm in school right now and there's a lot on my plate and sometimes just get really stressed out. So I thought I would share with you guys how I de-stress or live as much of a stress-free life as I can. So I have 10 things that I'm going to share with you about how I cope with stress or avoid it all in total. So I have my little notes right here, so I'm going to be reading kind of and talking, and yeah, so let's get right into it. Alright, so number one, if I get stressed out, I just take a second and I do something relaxation-wise. So for me, I like to relax by having either like a really hot shower or having a bath and just like pampering myself, doing a face mask and just, relax the muscles, take a second. Sometimes I spray some lavender on my pillow. I know that not Bath and Body Works. They do have stress relief spray though. But the Body Shop, they have like lavender spray for your pillow and it's amazing for sleeping. Oh my god. You'd think that it would smell like an old lady, but it's like so good. Highly recommend. So that's number one. Number two I have on my list is to stay organized. So keeping things on track and all that really helps me avoid stress, because if I plan everything out, then I know what I have to get done. There's no surprises. There's no last minute like, oh no, I didn't finish this. I keep everything written down in my notebook. Important things, I have them on my phone with reminders. I'm so forgetful sometimes. There's just so much going on, and that really helps me to just stay on track. Also with writing down like a list of goals that I want to achieve either weekly or monthly or yearly. To know that I'm always working towards those, I'm not slacking off, really helps me stay calm and relaxed, because sometimes we have midlife crisis breakdowns. We're like, what am I doing? And all this stuff. But if you have your goals and you're always working towards them, it doesn't happen. I'm telling you, some good stuff right there. Alright, so now number three is taking time to work out and eat right. So I'm not huge on sweets, but I have a sweet tooth. So I avoid that by eating healthy, having a treat here and there, but not limiting myself to like, and then freaking out and then eating all this junk food. And then working out really helps me de-stress, because if I'm like agitated about something or like angry or confused, I just like work out. It just clears my mind. And then eating right just like helps me feel better on the inside, which helps me feel better on the outside. It's super cheesy, but true. Now number four is taking time for yourself. So hobbies, things you like to do. I personally like to do art. As you can see in my background here, I have lots of pictures just on my wall. And I also like to find quotes, and I put them on this nice little paper thing that I have going on in the background, and that helps me de-stress. I just like to do my thing, alone. It's just me. I can either just drown myself in like thoughts that I'm thinking of, or they just like totally go to the back of my head and I'm just focused really hard on that. And now, number five is kind of like the complete opposite. So it's having someone to talk to, either like a best friend, your boyfriend, your family, your sister, your siblings, anyone. Just someone who you can talk to. I like to talk to my friends pretty often, keep them updated in my life. I like to know what they're doing. A lot of them aren't in the same city as me, so it's really nice to know that we're still thinking of each other and all that. It really helps me be like, it's okay, because I'll always have that kind of thing. And then I like to talk to my sister very often. Not that often, actually, but pretty often. We usually call each other every Thursday. I always text her with like questions I have. She's my older sister, so you know, if you have an older sibling, it's like, yeah. And then of course I talk to my parents usually either once a week or every 2 weeks, depending. Just keep them updated. I'm sure they want to know about me. I like to know what they're up to without me. So there's that. And so now we're on to number 6, which is just cutting stress out from your life. So more so, not about school. Don't cut away school. School is important. You shouldn't be stressed about school. It's hard. It's hard work. You gotta put in the effort. But I'm thinking more about if there's friends that you're having drama issues with, or like just toxic people in your life, you know? And sometimes it's really hard and all you want to do is help them. But sometimes you just have to think about yourself and be a little bit selfish for once. I know I have a lot of issues with that. I see like the good in everyone, and I believe everyone deserves a million chances, and you know what? Sometimes they don't. It's something I'm learning and realizing that if it really brings me down that much, it's not worth it. And there's good people out there that you can make friends with that won't do that, which is the even more amazing thing. So that's a tough one, but I promise you it will help tremendously. So now on to number 7. And this one kind of, I'm like still iffy about this, but it's kind of true because I think it's what I do now because it just helps me. But I'm such a spontaneous person, and so it's having routine. And like, I don't like to do things in routine. Something one of my teachers said a long time ago, not that long, but in what was it, grade 11 chemistry, and he said that too much routine creates Alzheimer's. So every day we had to sit in a different quadrant, or in a different seat in a different quadrant, and it only lasted for so long. But I really tried, and it kind of like helps. It's like switching things up. You never know what's going to be next. But having routine is actually, I found, really de-stressing, because I always like know what I have to do. So I go to bed at a certain time, I wake up at a certain time. Before I go to bed, I'll make lunch for the next day. Those kind of things. I get my stuff ready, so I'm not scrambling. There's no last minute things. It changes a little bit if you have like project that you're staying up really late for, and that can kind of mess things up. But generally, just having like a nice routine, I found really helps me not get stressed out about things and scrambling last minute, because no one wants to do that. It's like, yeah. So I think we're on to number 8 now. And so number 8, one thing is just putting your priorities first. I know that can be hard, and like sometimes you just want to hang out with your friends or just watch Netflix and all this stuff. And you know what, like one show is like fine, or like coffee with a friend, that's fine. But sometimes you need to be like, yeah, you know what, I gotta go do my homework. I want to get it done, and if you get it done first, then you have time to do those things after. Not saying you shouldn't take a break in between it, but just doing that first, and that's something I really have to work on. I'm horrible for leaving things to last minute and then like spending like 24 hours straight doing it. It's like not good. It's ooh, it really puts a toll on your mind, your body, and just like so. But when I do it, I feel so good. And I'm like, yeah, I have free time. I can finally like. So I go to school 3 days a week, but I have about 4 times the amount of homework that I'm in school for. So there's like a lot. So if I get it all done like right after class that day, and then early in the week, then I can have like fun on the weekend. I can like, it's summer right now because my program goes for 1 year solid. So it's summer and like I want to go to the beach and I want to do all these things, but then when I leave my homework till last minute, I can't do them and I get stressed out. So if I do it in the week, I feel really good and I can have fun because having fun is de-stressful too. I think that sums number 8 up. I kind of rambled there for a while. So number 9, I put meditation. So this kind of goes with the whole like number 1, bath, you know, all that. But like meditation is just kind of like sitting there, and you can do yoga too. Yoga is like great. Plus it's like active. So yeah. But just sitting there and deep breathing and like clearing your mind. It's not sleeping. Concentrating on your body and just not thinking about anything for like, it doesn't take that long. You can do it for 15 minutes, 5 minutes. You can do it for an hour if you want. It's like the joyful thing. It's like you can take a break and just take a second and then go back into whatever you're doing. And then number 10, last but not least, I did so maybe going for a walk on the beach. That really helps me clear my mind. Sometimes I'll bring my book. Sometimes I'll stop at Starbucks, grab a coffee, treat myself a little bit, read my book in the sun, or even just like on a colder day, popping into bed with a nice hot cup of tea and reading. So reading is really good for learning. I'm dyslexic, so it really helps me with words and spelling, which I'm horrible at, but it does help. So I'm not like on a computer screen because that kind of messes with my vision, but a real live book, and that kind of helps that. And like I feel de-stressing in general is just focusing on your mind, body, and soul, and that really helps me do that. So those are my 10 recommendations. Self-influencing. I don't know if these are the right words. Probably have to read more. But yeah, so I think that pretty sums it up. I know this is not as an exciting thing as my usual videos, or maybe they're not exciting, I'm not sure. But I hope they are. This is kind of more chill and like get to know your girlfriend, slumber party kind of style, just cozied up in my sweater in bed. Maybe you are too. That's how I like to watch my YouTube videos. But I really hope you enjoyed this. I really hope it helps. And for more videos or any video suggestions, like, comment, subscribe so you can see my beautiful face every time I post. It's usually on a Sunday, but I'm still starting out, so it's kind of early in the game to tell. But yeah, comment, like, subscribe. Love me. Be my best friend. And I'll see you next week, I suppose. Catch you later.